Being sober, free from mind-altering substances, offers a long list of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual benefits that many people don't fully realize until they experience it for themselves. I've been sober since 2012, February 19th, 2012, and I 100% agree with that statement. You do not know until you fully become sober off of the drugs, the alcohol, the pills, the prescription drugs, like everything. Like no more mind altering substances. And until you do that, you'll never fully understand. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening. And I've never talked about being sober on this podcast. I don't think I might have actually talked about it, but I have talked about quit smoking and things like that. But I've been completely sober since 2012, February 19th, and it has changed my life for the greatest benefits I could ever imagine. Probably not even ever imagine, especially when I was drinking all the time and into drugs and just going down that dark hole that people go through. But choosing sobriety isn't about restriction. It's about freedom, clarity, and becoming the best version of yourself. So we're going to break down a little bit. We're going to go through 7 different points on why it's more powerful than living under the influence of just being sober. It's easier. Life's easier. Stress is easier to manage. There's just a whole list of benefits. And I truly, strongly believe that if you could get sober, your life will become easier. All right, number 1, mental clarity and emotional control. Mind-altering substances distort reality, whether it's alcohol, marijuana, or other drugs. They cloud your ability to think clearly, make smart decisions, and regulate emotions. Sobriety gives you clear thinking, better decision-making, real emotional intelligence, a grounded sense of reality, and you start to respond to life instead of reacting to it. The amount of clarity you get from being sober is you probably would never even think about it. And while you're doing the drugs and alcohol, because you just think that the drugs and alcohol are actually making you feel better, clearing your mind, clearing your head, taking the pain away, which in reality you should just be dealing with it and just not numbing it for a later time. And just to be able to be sober every day and wake up and just think, oh, I don't have a headache. I didn't do anything stupid. I didn't do any of this. I didn't do any of that. Like, it is just clear conscience and just clear as can be. And it's easier to regulate the emotions. You don't get as angry. You don't get as stressed out. You don't get very short. Every once in a while you get short, people, but it's not like when you're drinking. One thing that I tell people about drinking and how it makes your life harder, like one of the main things that makes it harder is, especially when you're in a job and you got plans to go out that night. Let's say you got drinks at 7 o'clock at the bar with some friends, so-called friends in quotation marks, and you're going to go for happy hour and you're going to have a great time. And this is what you're all thinking. Like, you're probably going to just have like 4 or 5 drinks. I don't know. But the reality of it is you're going to have drinks with your friends and your boss comes up to you and says, hey, man, I need you to stay late. And what happens? You get all sorts of pissed off. You get bent out of shape. But what? I'm supposed to go have drinks with my friends. I'm supposed to go to the bar. I'm supposed to go have fun. Why do I have to stay today? And you get all angry about it. And it ruins your day and ruins your night almost. And then by the time you get to the bar, your friends are already kind of tipsy. And you're trying to play catch up, so you're just slamming drinks. Next thing you know, you're sloshed. You're just just hammered, and you've already surpassed your friends because you're already so angry at your boss. And the reality is, if you didn't go out drinking that night, and if you were sober, you'd have more respect and more of a thought process to actually think about what the boss needed. How could you better help the boss? How is this going to help you in the long term with your boss? It's just an overall better experience for you. And you're not going to be as stressed out. You're not going to be angry. You're not going to be mad. You might be a little upset, but you're not going to be freaking out like you were when somebody ruined your plans to go drinking. All right. Physical health. Your body wasn't designed to function on chemicals and toxins. When you're sober, you sleep better and deeper, recover faster from workouts, have more natural energy, improve your liver, brain, and heart health, strengthen your immune system. Sobriety is one of the most effective forms of long term self care. I don't get sick very often, and when I do, it clears out pretty fast. I'm pretty sure I've got a good liver and brain nowadays. I definitely have more natural energy. People ask me how I have so much energy. It's because I don't wake up hungover anymore. I definitely recover faster from workouts. I've I've actually hurt myself being hungover and trying to go work out. I definitely sleep better. I don't know about deeper, but I do sleep better. And when you think about it, when you go pass out from the drugs and the alcohol, you're not really sleeping. You're just passed out. It's not the good sleep that you really need to recover from everything else. Number 3, inner peace and self respect. There's a quiet power in knowing you can handle life without needing something to numb or escape it. Sobriety gives you a sense of control over your life, greater confidence and self esteem, less guilt, regret, and anxiety, a clearer connection to your values and your purpose. You start trusting yourself again, and that's everything. Once you trust yourself, you can go far more places than not trusting yourself. A lot of times when you don't trust yourself, you're going to say, I'm only going to have one drink. And next thing you know, you had 10 drinks and you're hammered at the bar, calling your ex girlfriends, yelling at them, getting stupid, getting crazy, maybe getting in a fight. You never know what's going to happen. You could be getting in your car behind the wheel, drinking and driving. All sorts of dumb things come with being under the influence of different things, mood altering substances. Number 4, stronger relationships. Substances often create distance, miscommunication, and broken trust. Being sober helps you show up fully for the people you love, communicate clearly and honestly, apologize and make amends when necessary, build deeper, more meaningful connections. A lot of times when you're not sober, you're going to do all the opposite of those. You're not going to apologize. You're going to blame the other person. You're going to push the person away. You're not going to communicate. You're not going to open up clearly. You're just going to blame them for everything. And you're not going to show up for people because you're going to go to the bar or you're going to be sitting on your couch getting hammered. It's just one of those things that takes a hold of you and you don't even realize what it's doing to you and what kind of person you become when you're on these different drugs and alcohol. But people can connect with you, not the altered version of you. The person that is sober can connect with more people and they can connect with you in a much deeper fashion and much different or much more spiritual connection. And actually, you can actually make real friends and not just going out drinking buddies. Number 5, financial benefits. Let's be honest, substance use can drain your bank account. Sobriety means no more wasted money on alcohol, drugs, or recovery from hangovers. Better performance at work. Fewer sick days and medical expenses. Over time, the savings are massive, and you can invest that energy into building a better future. You can take that money, go invest it into the stock market, into the S&P. You can put it in your 401k. So many other different things you could do. I have a beautiful garage gym because of it. I mean, if I was still drinking, doing drugs, I would not have the garage gym that I have. I mean, I might have like a couple dumbbells or something, but it's not going to be what I have today. And a lot of it to just being sober and having a gym and just working my way to it. But like I said, if you're wasting, $15 a bottle a night, that's a lot of money that builds up over time. Not including, trying to get rid of your hangover, not including the aspirin, the Tylenol, like all blah, 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 all this stuff. Number 6, consistency and productivity. When you're sober, your days become more stable, predictable. You start waking up with a purpose, creating better habits, following through on commitments, achieving personal and professional goals faster. Sobriety brings momentum, and momentum creates growth. Waking up with a purpose. Every day I wake up without an alarm. If I was drinking or had some mood-altering substances in my body, I would not be able to wake up without an alarm. I do create better habits, working out and eating right. Definitely a lot healthier for my body. And I definitely follow through on the commitments every once in a while. You miss one, but that's okay. But following through is one of the most important things I try and do, because I definitely broke a whole bunch of commitments when I was hammered and drinking all the time. I'm definitely achieving personal and professional goals faster, and I definitely have learned a lot about myself over the past 14 years. And I've become the person that I've wanted to become, even from when before I was drinking, which is always nice. Because I did not like the person I was when I was drinking all the time. I thought I did, but that person definitely wasn't me deep down inside. Number 7, spiritual growth and self discovery. Many people describe sobriety as a return to their true self. Without substances clouding your mind, you gain deeper self awareness, a stronger connection to your beliefs and values, more time to explore your purpose and passion, a sense of alignment and peace. Sobriety is like waking up to your full potential. Every day you get to wake up without a headache, without thinking that you did something bad. You get your full self every day. It's an amazing feeling. If you haven't done it, if you haven't gone 60 days, 70, 80, 90, 100 days without drink some kind of mood altering substance, then you definitely need to try it. I suggest try it, but you really got to do it for the right reasons. You can't just say you want to do it because you're always going to be thinking about, oh man, when's my next drink? When's my next drink? You got to dig deep and ask yourself why you need to quit drinking and push that why to the forefront and make that the priority on why you got to quit drinking. So that way you quit thinking about drinking and mind altering substances like marijuana, pills, all that different stuff. The bottom line, sobriety is power. Being sober doesn't mean life gets easier. It means you get stronger. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Fully feeling your highs and lows, building a life with intention, and knowing that no external substance controls your peace, purpose, and future. Choosing sobriety is choosing freedom, freedom to grow, freedom to heal, freedom to become who you are meant to be. And that's a choice worth making. I really like being sober. I wish more people could become sober. If you ever need to talk about it or have questions about it, reach out to me, because it's one of the best things I've ever done. It's kept my marriage together. It's kept my kids. I have kids in my life now. I have a better relationship with my brother, and definitely have a better relationship with the wife. And it's one of those things that I know I just said life doesn't get easier, but it does. It's much easier. It's less stressful. And the highs and the lows, you just got to work through them. I still not get high, but I still have high days and low days. And the low days are much easier to maintain. You don't have to go grab the bottle to numb it and push it off to the next day or two. So that's the pod. I appreciate everybody watching. If you got any value out of this, definitely share it with somebody. Reach out to me if you need any help getting sober. Thanks a lot. Bye.